Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are making a blueberry and rhubarb galette. Very easy to make. It's essentially an informal pie. They can be done savory or sweet. Today we are doing a sweet version with our blueberry and rhubarb. It's extremely fast. So inside of a medium pan, I have 3 cups of chopped rhubarb, just into some smaller sections. You want small to medium rhubarb. It tends to be sweeter, whereas when you get larger, it gets more stringy and a little bit more tart than normal. I also have 2 cups of blueberries in here ready to go. I have fresh blueberries, but you can also use frozen blueberries. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Going to put this on my stove on medium, keeping an eye on it. The fruit is going to release their liquid. It's going to get nice and soft. Once they start bursting and get soft, I'm going to squash them with a potato masher. And then once we're all squished and ready to go, I have 1 cup of sugar mixed with 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. The reason I mix them ahead of time is so that your cornstarch doesn't become clumpy inside of your mixture. So once we get them smashed, we're gonna mix this in, squash it a bit more, mix it in really well, remove it from the heat, making sure to keep a close eye on it because it can thicken really quickly. All right, here we go. While your fruit is softening on the stove, you can go ahead and prep your pie crust. So I'm using a pre-made pie crust. You could definitely make your own. We're just using 1 round. You're going to go ahead and put that on top of a parchment covered sheet pan. Get it all spread out, ready to go. I'm also going to beat 1 egg on the side. We're going to use that to brush the crust at the end to give it a nice golden shine. There is a good article on Cooks Illustrated about the different types of things you could put on your crust to give it different colors, textures, and for good shine. So you could, like, first egg white versus yolk versus both versus water. So they have a great article on that. All right, there we go. We're all spread out, ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and get my egg ready. Also, once I put on the egg wash onto the crust at the end, I have some sparkling sugar here. This is from King Arthur. This helps it to give it a nice sweetness to the crust. It's not necessary, but I think it's fun. All right, we are ready to go. If you don't like your egg wash this thick, you can add a dash of water. Beautiful. Another option for top decorations, you can either make a crumble, which is really delicious, out of oats, flour, and butter, and brown sugar. So good, don't forget the brown sugar. And another thing you could do is you could cut your pieces of rhubarb in half, and then you cut them at little angles. And then you go ahead and you just stack them up and make a neat design all the way over it. But I know that's a little more time consuming, so if you don't have time, it's fine to leave it just the way it is. All right, we'll be right back. All right, here we are after just a few minutes of the fruit boiling on the stove with the lemon juice. You can see now that I've mashed it how liquidy it is. This is when we're going to add in the sugar and the cornstarch mixture to help thicken it up for our filling. You want to be careful when you're making this because if you do get splattered with it, it will stain your clothes. So that's why I'm wearing my darker apron today. And be careful because it's hot. You don't want to burn yourself. All right, we'll be back when we're ready to assemble. All right, we've added our sugar and cornstarch. Make sure to stir really good while you're doing it. It does thicken up quite quickly. Here we are. I'm going to show you, it sticks to our spoon nicely. Beautiful. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna assemble. I have my pie crust laid out flat. All we're going to do is scoop out enough mixture to fill the center. The amount is your preference. This does make enough where you can make 2 of these. You can also make blueberry rhubarb bars if you have the book. It's the best time of year to do that. Beautiful. You could make blueberry rhubarb jam, strawberry, blueberry, and or strawberry and rhubarb pie. So I'm gonna put a good amount on here. I don't want just crust. And you want to leave about 1 inch of the border because we are going to be folding it over. Just like so. One last dollop in the middle. Right, that's what we look like right now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly fold over the edges, kind of crimping it over itself as I go. If you're making this for others, don't do that. And just like that. Now what we're going to do, you can either add your crumble on top before you fold it over or your pattern. I'm doing it after. I just wanted to make sure we had enough. I'm going to then paint my egg wash all over the crust in a thin layer. My oven is preheating to 375 degrees. Should have said that in the beginning. Beautiful. All right, I think I'm going to add a pattern to mine with some of the rhubarb stalks. If you're using this, these do stay stringy and they have no sweetness to them, so I will top them with a little bit of sugar. All right, here we go. All right, there's our pattern. We're gonna sprinkle it with some sugar, put it in our 375 degree oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. You just wanna keep an eye on the crust. It wants to be a nice golden brown all the way around, uniform. I'm gonna sprinkle the whole thing with sugar. And there you have it. Into the oven we go. And it is all done, ready to go. So what I would do is I would top this with some vanilla bean ice cream or some homemade whipped cream. Oop, I almost lost it. Cut it into slices, share with your friends, eat the whole thing. I use the additional filling to make little hand pies. I'm also gonna save some in here. It's great for oatmeal. It's delicious. So enjoy.